Yo guys, what's going on? It's your boy Froz14 back again for another video. Today we have an unveiling of a new league. We have joined the ICBA, also known as International Competitive Battling Association Season 1. So it's run by Johnny GB, really nice guy. He is the Oregon Ducklets. So he is actually in our division, so that would be really cool to battle him. And yeah, just thanks to him for inviting me here. I'm very excited. Really good competition, so that's going to be really good for me. So here is my draft analysis video, so we'll get straight into it. So here are my picks. I can't remember what order I picked them in because they were just put in the doc, in points, so it's going from most points to what cost me the least. So we'll start off with our first Pokemon, which is Volcanion. I think I pretty much picked this up, I think third last round, so it wasn't in my plan. I've never actually used it before, but it was just too good to pass on. Obviously for an item you can run Choice Specs, Choice Scarf, Assault Vest, anything really, Life Orb. It's just a really good Pokemon. It's got obviously access to, as we scroll down, fire and water stab moves, which is massive. There's honestly not much that can switch into this Choice Specs Volcanion. It's got ground coverage with Earth Power, Flash Cannon, Focus Blast, Hydro Pump, Overheats, and more very powerful fire and water moves. Scald even, Steam Eruption, its best move, 110 power. And it's even got enough attack to be run physical if need be, and it's got stuff like Will-O-Wisp, and then some kind of wacky stuff down the bottom there. As for its stats, 80 hit points, pretty good, not too bad. Its attack's 110, so that's really good. Its defense 120, so it's very bulky on the physically defensive side, so it can normally always take a hit. Its special attack is monstrous with 130, so it's pretty much a special Mamo. Its Spadef with 90 is pretty good too. Its speed isn't probably the best, but if you maxed out its speed, it can outspeed a few things, and it can be run Choice Scarfed, as I mentioned before. So yeah, this Pokemon I think is going to put in a lot of work. And I forgot to mention that this is actually a Wi-Fi league, so yeah, I like mons that kind of look pretty cool. So Volcanion definitely fits that description as a very cool Pokemon. Just look at it. It's a bit of a beast Pokemon, you know. It's got Water Absorb, so it's taking those Scalds and taking those water hits from maybe the bulky water types we come up against, or the very hard hitting water types. So yeah, that is Volcanion. Hydreigon, I'm pretty sure that was my second or third pick, so it was pretty early. Again, it probably wasn't in my plan, but it was too good to pass. Items, obviously, you can run Life Orb, Choice Specs, Choice Scarf again, pretty much anything as well in this, pretty versatile. Levitate, so the ground moves are not hitting Hydreigon, which obviously Volcanion is weak to, and a couple of my other mons, so that is handy. Again, it's got obviously Dark Dragon typing, so offensively it's very good. It can hit Drop Dracos, has Dark Pulse, it's got Fire, Steel, Fighting coverage, and even as the same as Volcanion, it can be run physical as well, which you don't see often. Maybe a superpower you do. Also carrying U-Turn, Thunder Wave, really cool text there. So yeah, Hydreigon, its stats, again, a very good mixed attacker, special attack very good, attack very good, hit points, defense, and Spadef is all really solid, so it normally can take hit, and its speed is pretty good, pretty damn good actually. Nothing very speedy, but enough there. So yeah, Hydreigon was my next pick. So I got two really hard-hitting special attackers. So this monster was my second overall pick, so that means Hydreigon must have been my third. Obviously Mamo, most of us will know the capabilities in Mamo, so I don't even really have to go into it. items, obviously you can run anything. Again, like my first 3 Pokemon are very versatile. I guess you wouldn't probably say Volcanion's versatile, but I do, because it's got a lot of different sets. Obviously, Life Orb, Adamant, Mamoswine, there's not many switch-ins at all, so they've got to prepare for my 2 special threats and now my physical Mamoswine. Obviously, Earthquake, Icicle Crash, Ground and Ice Stab. It's got Priority and Ice Shard, which I'll talk a little bit later, won't be probably showcased at its best. It's got Superpower coverage, Iron Head coverage, Knockoff coverage, and obviously access to Stealth Rocks as well. So, Mamoswine, and it's even got Thick Fat too, nice little ability there. And Oblivious, so it doesn't get taunted, so it gets rocks up if I want to run a Focus Sash or something like that. As for its stats, it's very, very bulky for the HP, which is really good for subbing and that kind of stuff and taking hits. Its attack is monstrous. It's a physical monster, really. Defense is okay. Special attack probably won't be used. Maybe a freeze dry if needed, but probably won't be used much. Def isn't great. It's probably not taking too many hits on the special side. And its speed again isn't the best, but it is still useful. Yep, so that's Mamo Bay. So Mamoswine, it's one of my favourite Pokemon, so getting it on the squad was really, really nice. Our next Pokemon is Flygon. So Flygon's a pretty interesting one. A lot of people have different opinions on it. Some people call it trash, some people call it good. But what I really needed a hazard removal. I think I got this pretty late in the draft, so obviously it has access to Defog. With its buff, it gets added special attack, so it can be run special with Boom Burst, Draco, dropping Dracos and stuff like that. And then obviously on the physical side it's very good. It's got Dragon Dance now, obviously Outrage, Earthquake, what else does it get? Power Up Punch, Rock Slide, Stone Edge, Superpower, U-Turn. So Hydreigon and Flygon, I know I got 2 dragons, but they both can U-turn out of just say incoming fairies. And they both got steel coverage. I'm pretty sure. Does Flygon? Oh no, Flygon doesn't, sorry. I thought it got Iron Tail, my bad. Wait, I'll just check if it does. Yeah, it does get Iron Tail, my bad. I knew it did. I've used it before, I'm pretty sure. And these things are pretty good Scarf user. I've used that in the past, and you can run it. It gets Roost, so it's bulky. I'll just double check that, because I haven't used Flygon for it. Yeah, it gets Roost. So I should know this, but I haven't used Flygon for a fair while. So it's got HP solid, attack very good, defense special attack it's for death, and then speed 100. So it's just this really solid mon, really. Like, there's nothing too spectacular with it, but in saying that, like, it is really solid. I got a defog option, I got an outrage user, another mixed attacker, so I thought this was a very good pick. Yeah, so we'll move into the next one, Horlucha, or Horlucha, whatever you want to call it. So Horlucha, I'm pretty sure I got it last pick or second last pick. My squad was lacking a lot of speed, and it was also probably 1 physical attacker short. So if you've watched the GBA with Gator, in his first match he used it very well. That kind of is something that I'll look to. And obviously with its unburdened item, it makes it extremely speedy. It's got access to agility, acrobatics, brick break. Obviously it's a fighting flying type. Bulk up, drain punch, fire punch, high jump kick, iron head, low kick, poison jab, sky attack, roost even, sword stance, superpower, U-turn, another one in my U-turn core, and X Scissor and Zen headbutt. So it's got massive coverage. It's a really good mon. Its HP, even if its attack isn't that good, but when you get a sword stance up or max adamant attack, it is hits very hard. Its speed is the main thing there, 118 speed, so it's going to outspeed the majority of what we're facing unless they're scarfed. So I could get a fast U-turn off or a fast attack. I can keep subbing up to get my unburden off, so just little things like that makes it a really good Pokemon. Next I've got Alola Marowak. So Alola Marowak is one of my favourite new Pokemon. Obviously on ladder it was a meta-defying mon for a while there, it probably still is, but I don't get to ladder enough now. In League I've used it a few times. I've had mixed probably opinions and reviews of it, but it does have Lightning Rod, so I got a few electric immunities in Mamoswine, Flygon, and now Marowak, and it also has Rock Head, which, as when you say its move pool, is very handy. Has access to Boomerang, Brick Break, Earthquake, Fire Punch, Flare Blitz, Iron Head, Knockoff, Power Up Punch, Rock Slide, Shadow Bones, Stealth Rock, so another Stealth Rock user, which is really nice. Swords Dance, Toxic, Will-O-Wisp, and a few special moves as well, which you probably won't see that very often, but anyway. Its defense is really good, so it can be run defensively. Attack when you put the thick club onto it, obviously doubles its attack stat, so that's massive, so it can become a really good wall breaker. Spadef is okay, special attack isn't that great, but when it gets a Lightning Rod boost, it could actually be used. Its speed is very, very bad, but that's the same with most of the new mons in this meta, so not to worry, it's not meant to be a speedy Pokemon. So we'll get into the rest of our mons. So next Pokemon we got is Roserade. So I know I've said this a few times, but Roserade is up there in my top 3 favourite League mons. I'll explain in a minute. It's got access to Poison Point, Natural Cure even, Technician. What I like about it is its hazards. Obviously it gets access, if I can get it up, there we go, Spikes and Toxic Spikes, so I can hazard stack, as it's pretty bulky on the specially defensive side. I can stay in and set up spikes and even use it as a suicide lead or something like that and get my Toxic Spikes and my spikes up. It's got access to Synthesis, Sludge Bomb, obviously, which hits very hard, Leaf Storm, Extra Sensory, Dazzling Gleam, so its coverage is okay, nothing special, but in saying that, I really, really like this Pokemon. It's got a lot to use. I won't reveal everything, but yeah, it's just got massive, I guess, techs that it can use. Obviously, HP defense isn't that great, but I have run it defensively before and it can work. Attack obviously probably won't be used as a physical attacker. This is where it excels in its special attack and Spadef. Very, very good. It can hit hard when used offensively, so people can't sleep on that. And a special defense with an Assault Vest or even a Synthesis specially defensive set is very good. And its speed is okay as well. The next Pokemon is Magneton. So probably a couple of months ago I would never have thought of drafting this Pokemon. I could just never really appeal to me, but I saw in my league, the EVT, one of my friends, Shy, he used it and it was one of the MVPs in the league. He just used it very good as his Volt Switch user, because when you see its stats, it has access to Magnet Pull as well, which can trap Steel types. It's got Sturdy, Analytics, so it's got 3 really good abilities. It's got access to Discharge, Flash Cannon, and then it doesn't really have that much coverage, so you have to use a Hidden Power, but that's fine. Yeah, and it's got some other cool stuff as well. But for its stats, obviously, sorry, I lost myself there. Its defense is pretty good with 95. Its HP is very bad. You can run Sturdy, as I said, to take a hit. Spadef okay. Its speed isn't that great, but if you do need speed, you can just run it as a Scarfer. It can be used as a very good slow Volt Switcher with Analytic. Yeah, it can take advantage of matchups, and yeah, I know a lot of people will overlook this Pokemon, but it is actually a really good mon. So here I got Togetic because, again, my hazard removal wasn't great. I didn't end up getting a rapid spinner at all, which kind of sucked. They all just kept getting drafted, and I was looking at other things, so that kind of sucked. So I just thought I'd get an EVO really good defogger, access to Wish. For its abilities, it's got Hustle there, but you're more likely to use Serene Grace or Super Luck. It's got Ancient Power, it's got Baton Pass, Dazzling Gleam, Defog as I mentioned, Fire Coverage, Screens, Morning Sun, Nasty Plot if you want to run it, Offensive, Psychic, so it gets a fair bit of coverage. It's got Softball, Tailwind, Thunderwave, Trick, Wish, so just stuff like that makes it really good. Its stats aren't that great. Its Spadef is very good, but if you chuck an EVI on it, it becomes very bulky, and I know I've faced this in the past and it's been very hard to take down. So yeah, hopefully I can use it well as my Wish Passer and Defogger so people can't hazard stack me. My next Pokemon is Miltank. So again, Miltank is normally it's tier 5, which I'm pretty sure I got it for in this, so I think it's one of the best tier 5 Pokemon. It is drafted just in about every league. It is very, very viable. It's got thick fat, so it can wall fire and ice types. For its moves, it gets a lot of coverage, so obviously Body Slam is nice for the Thunder Wave. It gets Earthquake, Fire Punch, Hammer Arm, Ice Punch, Iron Head, Milk Drink for recovery. So a lot of my mons have recovery, which is really nice. Gets Power Punch, Rock Slide, Seismic Toss, another Stealth Rock user. So I got Stealth Rocks, Spikes and Toxic Spikes, which I think is really good. T-Wave again, so I can use that Yellow Magic, even though it is nerfed a little bit. For its stats, its HP is very good, attack is solid, its defense is very, very good. It can be used as defensive wall, physical defensive wall, even a specially defensive wall with fire and ice types walling that. And its speed is the most interesting thing about this Pokemon. It allows it to outspeed a lot of things that would normally hit it hard first. So if I ever wanted to run it offensively, which I could here and there, I can use speed as well. So yeah, that's Miltank. It's one of my defensive options. So Togetic and Miltank really kind of glued my team together and gave me some defensive options. And my last Pokemon on my draft analysis is actually my first pick of the draft. I think I was second or third. I think I was second pick actually, which was lucky for me. And for some reason we were allowing this in S tier. It was real kind of weird tiering, but no, I was always willing to give it a go because Johnny knows what he's doing. And we got Tapu Lele. So for those of you who have been around in this new meta, this thing is probably the most busted Pokemon of them all. It's got Psychic and Fairy. When you pair it with its special attack, it's just ridiculous with Psychic Surge as well. There's not, I reckon maybe every team could maybe have one good switch into this Pokemon, maybe two max. And when I build my team around this Pokemon and those are gone, this thing will wreak havoc. It can run a very nice Choice Scarf set. It can run Assault Vest, Life Orb, Lefties. It's got access to Calm Mind, which just can make it unstoppable. It's got Energy Ball coverage, Focus Blast coverage, obviously Moon Blast. Even Nature's Madness is good if there's a wall to whittle it down and then maybe use a hidden power of some sort. It's got Psyshock as well, Thunderbolt, Taunt. It's just got a lot of good stuff. I versed one in one league before, and luckily I took it down with a Scarfer, which I've got to be careful with Scarf users. But this Pokemon honestly is one of the most OP of this generation. Its HP and defense aren't that great, so it is a little bit vulnerable on that side. Its special attack is 130, so it's the same as my Volcanion and same as Mamo on the physical side with 130. So it's just like, to try and stop my team, there's just a lot of different stuff that you have to stop. Spadef is very, very good, which people overlook. Like, it can take hits on the special side, so it can be used as a specially defensive wall, and its speed again is pretty solid as well. It can outspeed a lot of things, and a lot of things that it does outspeed aren't taking hits. So overall, that is my team. We got Volcanion, Hydreigon, Tapu Lele as our main special attackers. We've got a U-turn core of Hydreigon, Flygon, Hawlucha, and the Volt Switch in Magneton. So we've got a lot of pivot. Oh, I can't speak. Mons that can pivot. There we go. Then we got a lot of recovery in Roserade, Sturdy, maybe Berry Juice, Magneton, Wish, Togetic, Milk Drink, Miltank. We got Flygon Roost, Hydreigon Roost. So we got a lot of recovery, so it's going to be hard to take down our team. And we got physical threats in Mamo, Flygon, Hawlucha, even Miltank, Alolan Marowak with thick club. So there's a lot on this team that I like. I'm not going to talk it up like some other people, as this league is highly competitive, so I'm just going to concentrate on my own team, and just do the best I can. On Wi-Fi, it's going to be cool. Obviously, as I said, I like having mons that look cool, and I think I've got a lot of them, and they're all powerful in their own right and will play a good role for the team. So so we got Tone, who we do know in our division. We got Johnny GB, so those two are pretty good battlers. Then we got, I think it's Top. He's a young fella, the Rhode Island Rotom, so I don't know much about him. For the rest of the league, we got Merc, we got 6 Feet Hacks, who are very good YouTubers, and the other guys, I'm not going to go through them all, but this is probably one of the most competitive leagues I'm going to be in, as long as another league I joined this week as well, which I will have another video coming up. Those two are really going to help me on my way to becoming a lot better battler. So there it is, guys. Hope you enjoyed. That is the International Competitive Battling Association Season 1. I'm very hyped. Thanks again to Johnny for inviting me. And I'm very excited to use this team on Wi-Fi. Our Week 1 opponent is... Who was our Week 1 opponent? I'll quickly go to the schedule. I forgot. Schedule even. It's the Green Bay Pikachu. So that is... Sorry guys, I should have researched this before. Actually, I don't know who that is, but it doesn't matter. I'm trying to find him. It is... Where is it? Green Bay. Oh, not to... Anyway, we'll have a video on that. The Green Bay Pikachus, I think it was. That is our Week 1 match. That'll be coming up. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm going to be looking to bring a lot more content in the coming week. So thanks guys, have a good day, and I will see you next time.